Hey YouTube, it is Matt with Olympus Reptiles. We're going to continue on our clutch update segment. If you see me moving a little slow, you got to forgive me. I'm a human being who has messed up some internal parts of my body, namely my lower spine, and it's like acting up the last few days. So I'm kind of moving like crap. But we're going to get through these videos. Don't worry about that. So let's go ahead and get to the clutch update. To be blunt, we're trying to judge where we were based on marks on our big whiteboard out there. But the nice thing is now that the internet's hooked up, we'll be able to film these, load them up instantaneously, so we can already have them up there. Easier to track what we've done. It's going to be so much better. Thank you for the internet, finally. I feel like I was in a third world damn country, but everyth's better today. So let's talk about what are we going to be working with today. Well, today's clutch update is going to be a Firefly to a Calico. So that would be this guy here. Oh, right there, check him out. This is our nice Calico male. You can just kind of see good amounts of white in him there. Really good tail arborations on the side. Just a nice, good male snake. Kind of not my biggest boy, not my smallest boy. Good length. He kind of fluctuates in girth and width. And of course, this is going to be low, so you're going to see me all move like I'm 105. Now I'll bring her to you. Oh, man, you took a good shed in there. This is our Firefly girl, so this would be Mom. Her second clutch with us, but not her second clutch overall. This girl, when we got her, was already a proven breeder. I always talk about being careful when you pick up already proven animals, knowing why they're getting rid of them. In this case, it was a person who wanted to continue to see his animals on camera, so he wanted us to have them, and he had developed an unfortunate rat allergy, making keeping snakes just very, very difficult, and was going to get back into some like aquatics and things because of that. So his whole collection had to go. This is one of his rock star producers. She produced every year for him. Her babies are going to be breeding this year, which is pretty awesome. But of course, not from this clutch. And she is the mom of this clutch we're going to share with you. Come on, girly. It's spot clean day. You'll be fine. Oh. All right, on to it. So let's start with, we had 7 eggs, and I'm going to show you 7 babies. Everything came out of the egg. Everything survived. Everything's still kicking. I'm pretty sure we'll double check. And we're going to start right now. This is number 2201. Lots of 2s in this stuff, huh? 2201. It is a little normal. We listed that as. Get you a weight on it. Just a little bitty guy. You look at that head stamp. If the color develops, we might have a fire after it kind of develops a little bit, but I don't really think so. I would expect to just see more flaming in the sides and things like that. I'm just going to call this a normal. So here's a trick I would tell you guys, for those of you wanting to be in the business of doing this and you're wanting to sell high quality animals. If you have to really hunt and peck to find the gene, like if I had to convince myself that this is fire based on those little flames and that little bitty head stamp, I really have to look. And I try really hard. I can convince myself, hey, I think fire's there. Don't do that shit. Because then you're not putting on a good example anyway. So only do what is really a good example. That being said, sometimes we'll have things that'll be born looking one way, give them a few sheds, the color comes in, it looks a little different. You can always change. Put this one back. Oh, by the way, that was a normal. I didn't even remember what the weight was. 85. Hey, this one's going to be an orange dot. You know what? I should just go ahead and, I'm not orange dot, pink dot.
Pink.
I should go ahead and just do that while we're doing this. If I can find the pink pen. Where's my pink pen? Got a white pen, orange pen, all kinds of pens. We'll find that's the orange pen. Well, if that's an orange pen, how is that? It is an orange pen. Oh, there it is. There's my pink dot. So what the pink dot means, this is a snake that is ready to be sold. Truth be told, we'll probably end up changing that dot color if we get too far in, because the pink and the orange is my notice for, hey, keep an eye on this, it needs a sys-fed, etc., etc. Looks too similar to the pink at a quick glance, and it screws me up all the time. Here is another normal. This one also has the same little head stamp, but again, we'd really have to work to convince ourselves it's just going to be a normal. This one's a little female. I don't think I could work myself into this one. Head stamp like that does not always mean fire, okay? Doesn't always mean that. I want something that looks really nice, really high and really high quality before I call it that. One of these probably could be because we really did not hit the fire very well on this clutch, but we did hit it in a few spots, and you are going to see that shortly. So let me put this one up. What was that thing?
80.
80. Guess what it gets? Pink dot. For now. Now, this one will not take the convincing. This is 03, so 22-22-03, and as you can see, it's also going to get its pink dot. Today was the day. We kind of go through like once a month and check that. This is a fire. I don't see calico in it anywhere, but I don't see pastel in it. But man, you can just tell. The color's brighter. It's much nicer. You're going to see, if you'll show me your head. Will you show me your head? There's that head stamp. You can see how much lighter that is, how much more evidence. The other ones kind of had that same head stamp, but the color wasn't what I would accept. But that's a fire. Fire all day long. Fire you're going to be happy with. Fire, fire, fire. And this is also a little female. So I'll put that one back. Oh, I know, you didn't want to come out of there. Now, this is probably what I think is the best snake of the clutch, personally. Put that on there. Really? You're going to be 1 gram off. Okay, you lost weight. You're 2 grams off. You don't get your mark. 80 grams is what we're always looking for. This is at 78. So you can obviously see there's a head stamp, same color. You can see the fire. When we get back here, then when we look at that tail. So what you have in here is look at that tail. You have calico running through there too. So this snake's going to get just really cool as it ages. It's going to be really wonky. Try it again. Man, 1 gram. But if that was your Coke dealer, you'd be pissed. So we don't do it either, right? No dot for you just yet. Don't buy cocaine, kids. It's really bad for you. And you'll get arrested. It's a felony. Don't do it. Just really, seriously. That was a bad joke. I shouldn't have made that joke. Shame on me. Drugs are bad, okay? Most of them anyway. So, let's go ahead and put this one back. 22-22-04. And that was a male, by the way. This is 05. And this is just a single gene calico female. Like I say, man, we didn't really smoke the odds on this clutch, you know. This isn't one of those clutches we're going to be like, oh man, we hit 3 Firefly calicos, which was our goal. I'll go ahead and play spoiler and tell you I didn't hit a single damn one. But this is a nice female calico. This is what I'd consider to be a nice calico. It's not super high white. You know, you'll see those rare calicos where it's like crazy, crazy, crazy. But you got good white in this thing. It's all going to be nicely colored all through there. You've also got some good tail arboration and linking. See that? This is a good calico. This is, really nice. So I'll put that one back. I guess I should give her dot. Now this one I don't think is going to get a dot. It just feels a little too light in my hand. This is just a straight up male pastel. Well, what do I know? It gets a dot. So straight up male pastel. Pastel as pastel gets. There's nothing, nothing special about this other than it's a pastel, which if you need a pastel or you want a nice pet pastel, this is a good snake. Obviously it's eating good. It's doing well. Pretty good example what a pastel is. But pastel's kind of a pastel at this point. So, pastel. No, come here. Don't act like you want to bite me. Now this, again, you're going to see that same head stamp. That's just on the clutch. This is another normal. Gets its orange dot. Just a little normal female. Nothing crazy here. Nothing insane here. You know, when you have a clutch like this, one thing you want to do on these normals is look at them pretty close, because you know, people will see like, oh, there's a little bit of this. Is that going to be calico? It's not. You know, well, actually, when you start to look, what I always look for in a calico, the reason I say kind of stop myself, is for this pattern to be elongated here. You know, but that can also be on a normal. This isn't super crazy. Calicos will often be super crazy. They'll almost always be stretched out and linked up. You can still see that there, but I would expect more inconsistencies through that for a calico. And I'd expect that not to be that orangish, palish color, but starting to turn white by now, which it's not. So we would part with this just as a normal. Again, if you have to convince yourself it's in there, stop, because you want to pass on good things. That doesn't go when we're talking for 4 and 5 gene snakes. You have to look for small things to indicate it's in there. That's a different game. I'm talking on your, you know, your single genes or your 2 gene combos. You know, like, you shouldn't have to convince yourself it's there. And if you do, it's not an example that you want to carry your quality anyway, at least in this guy's eyes. So that's the last one of this clutch. That's 222207, and it's just a little normal female. Like I say, this wasn't a crazy clutch. We're going to share them all with you. You might feel like, oh, you're not, you know, you're showing these normal. Well, yeah, because we said we'd show every clutch. That means we're going to show you the Hellfires. We're going to show you the Freeway clutches. We're going to show you all the cool Xanthic stuff. We're also going to show you a clutch that's half normals, because that's really what this business is. At the end of the day, that's what we're doing, and we're breeding snakes. We're not only breeding super high-end stuff or only breeding super low-end stuff. I want to be at the beginning, the end, and everywhere in the middle. That's my goal. I like the variety of it. You know, there's a few things I like more than others, which is why we're very heavy in Xanthic. And sometimes you just throw a clutch together like this because I don't have Firefly Calico. I kind of wanted a Firefly Calico. So I throw this together, hoping to make a Firefly Calico. Didn't fucking make one, but that was the whole point. When we did it, we knew we were probably going to have a normal or two, you know, but I really wasn't expecting 3, and I wasn't expecting 1 2 gene combo, but sometimes those kinds of clutches are going to happen, and that's okay, because you're going to smoke the odds on something else. It's all going to work itself out over time, and the more animals you have. Caleb, any questions?
Nope.
All right, guys, that's all I got. We're going to slide over to YouTube and tell you what we're going to do with these. Or, sorry, we're going to slide over to Patreon and tell you what we're going to do with these. I'm going to give you guys a hint who aren't on there yet. I'll probably have to go off on a little bit of a rant on that one, or off on a side topic, because there ain't a whole lot of information we're going to do with all these. It's going to be pretty simple. All right, guys, we'll catch y'all next time.